like every time you are listening the cybersecurity, every time you are listening the information security, IT security, what it is. Okay, so what is the information security, which also we call as the cyber security or IT security? So is the process of securing your digital data from the attack. Okay, what is information security? Is the process of securing your digital data or digital information, anything, whatever you want, you can call it. It is okay, and protecting from whom? From the attack, from the threat, or from the hackers. Anything we can say that. Okay, and some information security, we can say that. Just a minute. Okay, some information risks is like unauthorized access. Okay, so unauthorized access means suppose okay, and someone working in the we can take any just someone is working in the department of HR. Okay, just take an example. Someone is working in the department of HR, but that person is trying to access the firewall. Okay, so someone is working in the HR department, but he's trying to access the firewall. So that we call a unauthorized access. Same way, someone is trying to access your Facebook account, your Instagram account. Okay, that also we call a unauthorized access. Uses means someone is using your resources, your information, your data, misuse. He's doing the misuse of your information or data. Maybe someone have a access of your Facebook account. And what he doing, many times we are getting the message, okay, in the emergency, I require this much of money. Okay, sometimes, our many times, maybe you guys have seen that or not. Okay, like it's happened with many of my friends. Their Facebook account was compromised, and he dropped from his account. That person have dropped the message to everyone, like my brother admit in the hospital. I need this much of money. This is my new number. Send me this much of money, like that. Okay, so that time I have directly called that my friend, and I know that okay, there's some scam is going on. Okay, so like that. Disclosure means like any organization have some sensitive information. Suppose Amazon and Flipkart both are the competitor, and Amazon is planning to bring some, that some features, okay, like in the coming month, next month, or coming weeks. And what attacker have done? He have attacked the organization and took the information, and then what he does? He sent that all details to the Flipkart. So that information going to be benefit for the Flipkart. Why? Because Flipkart is the competitor of Amazon. Okay. Interception means the next one is the interception. So what is the meaning of this? Suppose two-person is doing the communication. So in between them, someone like a hacker has enter between that two-person. Suppose we are doing the communication right now, and between us, a hacker going to be enter, and what he's doing, he going to grab all the data, whatever data is traveling from my end to your end and your end to my end. He going to grab all your data. Okay, and the last one is the data loss. And these are the why we require the that security. So first we have a so first first we have a protecting data. Why do we require the security? First of all, we need to protect our data. Same way we have a protecting the employees' information, national security, or software security. These are the little bit. And what type of impact we going to see? If suppose attack happen on the any of the organizations, so what type of impact we going to see? The first one is the financial loss. So we know that okay, if attack going to be done on the any organization, so first of all they are facing the financial loss, and the second reputational damage. Reputational damage is just like you see recently there's a news going on uh, on the Bank of Baroda. Okay, there was some crores of amount scam was done. Correct, and there was some news going on for the PNB also. Like one of the customers is claiming that they have some gold in their locker, and whenever they want to see their gold, so that time that locker was empty. Okay, this type of claim is going on, and whenever it's circulating, you saw that many people have visited the PNB branch. Okay, why they have visited? Because negativity is spread. Negativity is spread very quickly. Okay, so everyone going scared after that news. Okay, like that customer have claiming that their gold was missing from the bank locker. So everyone was scared, and you see in the news was came numbers of that many of the, or I think more than 500 600 people was there. Okay, they want to see their locker, they want to see their account details, everything. Okay, so this we call a reputational damage. So same way, if suppose this is the normal thing, and suppose you have a account on the SDFC Bank or ICC Bank, any of them. So suppose you have got the news, some attacker have compromised the server of ICC Bank or SDFC Bank. So what you going to do that? You definitely going to forward all your, you're going to transfer all your money to the from ICCI or SDFC Bank to the some other bank. Correct, guys? You're going to do these things. If suppose you have got the news in which you have an account on which bank, and that bank was, that faced some cyber attack. Okay, their server have compromised. So definitely you're going to transfer all your money some other bank. Correct, guys? Because everyone, no one want to lose their money. Correct? Am I right, guys? Guys, I'm waiting for your response. If suppose you have got the news, there was a some cyber attack happens on the any of the your bank, okay, in which you have an account. So what you going to do? Okay, I have received the response only from the Gopal Krishna. What about other guys? Okay, correct. So this is the impact of security breach. Okay, that we call a reputational damage. And you also going to inform to the your friends, your family members. Okay, this attack have happens in the this on this bank. Okay, so they also going to going to transfer their money to the some other bank. Okay, so this part we call a reputational damage. Then what next we're going to see? We're going to see the operational downtime. Okay, so whenever attack, any security breach happens on the any of the organization, so because of that attack, their operation means their working going to be, their production going to be stopped during that period. Why? Sometimes legal consequence also, because government also going to ask you. Okay, it's not about the only attack happen on your organization. Okay, you have to respond to the government also. Means organization have to respond to the government also. Government also going to ask. Okay, like they're going to ask you, okay, how this attack was happens, what was this, that loophole was there, what was mistake you have guys done because of that mistake attacker have compromised, okay, and what you going to do in the future to that what you are taking the action to protect these kind of attack in the future also. Are you following all the compliance or not? Okay, compliance is the one kind of the rules. Okay, so everything they're going to ask you. If suppose any place, if they not satisfied with your answer, okay, so that time they maybe ask you to completely shut down your organization. Okay, so this type of consequence also we are facing. Okay, not only we, every organization have a risk of this. Okay, and that one part we already aware that loss of sensitive data. Okay, this is the last theory part. Okay, we will move then. So why I'm covering this one? Because this is the core principle of cybersecurity, or we can say information security, IT security, everything. Okay, this is the core principle. Everything, whatever attacker is doing, whatever as a SOC analyst, BAPT person, whatever you are protecting, that all comes inside of these three. Okay, the first one, so CIA triad. First, C stand for the confidentiality, I stand for the integrity, and A stand for the availability. So confidentiality means that protecting your information from the unauthorized access. So here the responsibility is we have to make sure only the authorized person can access the information. Okay, suppose you have a Facebook account, you have an Instagram. So what they have a responsibility to only you can access your Facebook account or Instagram, not other person. Okay, same way integrity. So integrity means here what we are doing, we have to make sure only the authorized person can do the modification on any data or in their account, anything. So that we are protecting here. We have to make sure only the authorized person can do the modification. Okay, so we have to protect by the unauthorized user. And the last one, the availability. So availability means suppose you want to access any data. Okay, you are watching the YouTube channel, you have a Facebook, you have a Instagram, you have a bank. So what the organization doing? They have to make sure always their website to be running. Okay, and whenever user want to access their account, so that user able to easily access anytime. Okay, 24 by into 7. If suppose you have any work on your bank, so bank have to make sure that user have a access of their account all the time. That part we call a availability. And which we are talking about the DDoS attack. So that question I will ask you up once we're going to start the practical. Okay, so this is the part, simple few of these theory part. Okay, we have many more, so I will share you. You can go through that AAA authentication. Then we have a types of attack also. Okay, like DOS and DDoS attack. Then ethical against practice. So this part you can go through that. After the session, I will share you. And so what is SOC? Okay, this part we have to go through a little bit. So first of all, SOC stands for the Security Operations Center. And what is the responsibility of SOC person? It's responsible for protecting an organization against cyber threat. So as a SOC, you're going to be responsibility to protect the organization from the attack, cyber attack or cyber threat. Threats means any kind of activity in which have a potential to harm the user, organization or network. Okay, threats means any activity in which have a potential to harm the organization, user or network, anything it can be. Okay, so as a SOC analyst, you have to protect the organization from this. This is going to be your job. And as a SOC, we have a two types. Some organization they making their internal SOC team, and some taking the third party SOC services. Third party SOC services means MSSP, Managed Security Service Provider. So many organization is there who are MSSP, Managed Security Service Provider. Okay, so what they're doing, they taking the security part of the multiple organization. Okay, sometimes remotely, sometimes they send some of the soft engineer to the location of the client location. Okay, depend on the their scope of work. Okay, so why many organization going to the third party? Because if suppose they're going to make a their own internal team, so what they have to do, they have to require one of the room. Okay, first of all, where have a peace. Okay, silence, because SOC person have to focus on the analysis and everything. So that's why it's required the place where don't have a noise. Okay, so first of all, organization have to arrange this kind of room. The second, they required uninterrupted power supply. Why? Because 24 by 7 SOC analysts have to monitor. So organization have to make sure 24 by 7 power supply is available. Third, network connection, internet. So organization also have to arrange the 24 by 7 internet. And the fourth, they required team also. They have to pay money to the multiple team, and they required some leader also. Okay, maybe manager, some team leader who have to handle that team. So this much of thing, and also they have to follow all the compliance internally. So many organizations not going this much of long process. What they're doing, they're just taking the third party stock services. So in the third party stock services, what benefit they are getting? They don't have to require to room anything. Okay, just they discussing with the that organization who is providing the MSSP service, and they whatever their discussion is, their requirement is there, everything, and then they decide the scope of work in which how much they're going to pay, what type of services they're going to receive, everything they're discussing on that. Okay, and whenever their audit comes, so that time also MSSP, providing the support to clear their audit. Okay, so that's why many organizations moving to the third party. But still, many big organizations they are, they have a own their SOC team. But many organizations nowadays moving to the third party because they don't want that much of hurdle. Okay, they don't want to go this much of long process to make team like that. Okay, guys, so I will pair you so you can go through that. Any of the part, anyone have a question here? Guys, guys, quickly respond. So what we do, we will cover many things. Otherwise, time going to be completed. So so Kusar, as a security expert, directly you're not going to prevent the action. Okay. First, you have to make sure that attack is the confirm malicious activity or legitimate. Sometimes if you're going to directly going to prevent, okay, without doing the analysis. So maybe you are blocking the, that some legitimate traffic. Yes, Kusal. So that's the good part, okay, because you're already aware of the VAPT. So that going to be good. That going to be a plus point for you, because as a SOC analyst, you have to aware of the how attacker performing the attack also. Okay, so that's going to be a plus point for you if you're already working in the VAPT and you're going to the SOC. Yes, Gopal, what doubt you have related to the job? So guys, which tool we going to use today? That going to be a Splunk. So Splunk we're going to use. This is only for the new guys, okay, who is not aware. Okay, so just quickly going to go through that. So what is Splunk? Splunk is a SIEM stand for the Security Information and Event Management Tool. What it doing? It collects logs, monitor and search and analyze the logs. Okay. So as a SOC analyst, we have many more, that SIEM tool. Like QRadar, we have a Microsoft Sentinel, we have 40 SIEM, we have CrowdStrike, we have many tool is there. Okay. So all tool have a same working, but in the every tool we have a some extra features. Okay. Just like you have a smartphone. Okay. We have a Samsung, we have an iPhone, we have a MI, we have a nothing of the all the smartphone is which help you to connect your friends, your family members. Okay, that's the basic work of all the phones. Okay, but Samsung has some extra feature, iPhone has some extra features. Same way, nothing also have some extra features. MI also have some extra features. Why they are adding these features? Because that time only user going to buy their product. Same way, we have a many SIEM tool. Okay, so one of them we have a Splunk. So if you look for this SOC job, many of the organization asking for this Splunk. Okay, so what is a Splunk? Splunk is a SIEM tool which help you to collect, monitor, and search and analyze the logs. How it help the SOC team? It help to the threat detection, incident response, and continuous monitoring. And why Splunk is important in SOC? Because it provide you real-time attack detection, centralized log monitoring, faster incident response, and powerful search using SPL. Okay, this is the Splunk language and used by the top companies globally. Okay, not only India. Okay, all over the world, many organizations using the Splunk as a SIEM tool. Okay, and these are the things. Which type of logs we're going to collect? We collect the firewall logs, Windows logs, Linux device logs, web server logs, and we can also collect the antivirus. EDR is also one kind of upgrade version of antivirus. We can say that because in the antivirus, antivirus only detect the known virus, but EDR can detect the unknown virus also. Okay, because antivirus using the signature and EDR using the pattern. Okay, so once you're going to join the classes, so we will discuss more on that. And second, we have a cloud things also we can monitor with the use of Splunk. Okay, so these are the things. I will share you this PDF also. You can go through that. So with the use of Splunk, you can detect the malware, you can detect the brute force attack, you can detect the data exploitation. So the data exploitation means someone is transferring the data from your organization to somewhere else. Okay. So, well, like both domain have a good scope, but if you see that nowadays there's a many requirement for the stock person. Why? There is a reason. If you see that if hundreds of stock vacancies there, and we are saying that only minimum 30 or 40 VAPT vacancy. Okay, why? Because in the stock we required a big team. Okay, because but in the VAPT you require less team. Okay, organization required less team. Okay, if there is a 3 4 VAPT person is there, that's also going to be enough for the organization. But in this top team, they required minimum 20 to 25 team. Why? Because they have to cover 24/7. Okay, that's why. In the night shift also, in the evening, late night, on festival also. Okay, so that's why. And the second, now what our organization is doing nowadays, they just using the bug bounty program. Okay, whenever they want to test their organization or their application or their web application security strength, so they that they initiate a one bug bounty program. Okay, in the place of giving to the VAPT person on monthly basis salary, they going for the bug bounty program. Okay, one time they have to pay the money, and you see, one time money, many expert people going to do that, going to test their web application and their software, any application. Okay, many expert people going to do the that going to test their application. So that's benefit organization getting. So that's why i- in this org we have a many vacancy. Okay, but VAPT also a good, that good domain. I'm not saying it's a bad, but if you want to compare, like you are looking for the job where you're going to get a fast job, so you can go for the SOC. Okay, because every month, uh, that hiring is going on continuously on the SOC domain. Continuously, you're going to see that hiring is going on. Okay, if you search on the LinkedIn also, you're going to see that compared to the VAPT, stock vacancies, more count is there. Okay, if you go on the Naukri.com, LinkedIn, any place, because we have an option to go for the bug bounty. Organization going many times for the bug, they are like initiating the one bug bounty program. Yes, in the SOC, like in the VAPT also you're going to get a good salary, but in in the SOC also you are getting a good salary. Both are the good. Okay, right. Okay, but only the difference is that in the VAPT we have a less opportunity compared to the SOC. Okay, and in because if you go if you like many people who is seeing that some movies and they're thinking that okay, I want to become a hacker, and then going doing the ethical hacking courses and just going a part of the VAPT. Okay, VAPT domain. If you see that many who is just learning about the that hacking or ethical hacking any part, they're not aware of the SOC. Okay, if you discuss with it out of 10 people, okay, they know about the hacking and this part. Okay, but they don't know about the SOC. Okay, they even not aware of that there's some team is there which we call a SOC. Okay, so if you're looking for the fast job or good opportunity, many opportunity, numbers of count is important for you, so you can go for this op. Okay, every quarter, every half yearly, even Airtel also hiring the right now also hiring is going on the Airtel. They're hiring in the bulk. Okay, Paytm also hiring nowadays for the SOC analyst guys. Okay, so every organization required a big team in this SOC. Okay, if organization required the VAPT person 5 or 6 only, but SOC analyst minimum they have to hire the 20 to 25 SOC analysts. Okay, so let's we move to the other part. We will start the session, practical session. Already we have. Okay, guys. So we will discuss after that. So let me see. So this is the part. Okay, I have configured the attacker machine, which is Kali Linux, and this is the Windows Server 2025 actually, but name I have selected at 19. So here I'm going to install the Splunk. I will show you how we install the Splunk. So this is the website from where you're going to download the Splunk. Okay, you have to just create an account and you can going to download this one. Okay, So whenever you're going to create an account, it will send you the some verification link. You have to verify, and then you can download easily. Okay, so just you see, I have downloaded, and we will discuss this about also Splunk based, and you have to download the Splunk Universal Forwarder also. So what is the use of this? This is the only the that agent, we can say that it's going to collect the data from this server where I'm going to install, and then it's going to forward to the Splunk. Okay, because if there is a Windows device is there, how is Splunk going to receive the data of their activity? Someone is required to collect and forward the data. Okay, so that's the role done by the Splunk Universal Forwarder. The job of this, it have to collect the data from the logs from the devices and forward to the Splunk. Okay, so already I have downloaded, so I will show you quickly how we're going to install. You see, I have downloaded the forwarder, I have downloaded the Splunk also. So first we're going to install the Splunk. So once you're going to download this, you need to double click, and then you have to accept the agreement. Then you have to click on the customize option. Here you can change the path also. If you want to install somewhere else, you can change. But I'm not going to change because I'm going to install the default. And here it's asking that where you want to install. So because I'm going to install in the local machine on this machine. Then next, then you have to create a one user, and you have to type the password also. Okay. So you have to create a password combination of upper, lower, numbers and symbol, and then simply click on the install.
Andiamo a Buonda?
So you can install it Splunk on any of the device. Okay, like any of the operating system. It can be your Windows server. It can be any. Okay. So simply, if I'm going to show you, you see here you have to just select your operating system. Okay, so I have a like 2025 server, so that's why I have downloaded this one. If you have a Linux, you can select this one. Okay, if you have a Mac operating system, you can select this one. Okay, so if you want to install with the command with the use of command prompt, you can download this one. If you want to go with the GUI version, means graphical user interface, you can go this one. Okay. So Avinash, for Mac M1 also you go for the DMG. Okay, Mac OS you see on the screen. Okay, you can go for this and you can download this one. And whenever you're going to click on that, they're going to box going to be open. In the left hand side, it's going to be written as a like Splunk. Just you have to move in the Mac OS. We have a one benefit. Just you need to move to the that application icon, and automatically installation going to be started. Yeah, installation in the Linux, it's a different approach because we need to use the command. Okay, but in the Mac OS, you can also use the command and graphical interface both. Yes, Atul, why we are doing configuration on VM? Because you can do in the actual OS also. Okay, why we are doing? Because we don't want to, that want to impact our local machine. That's why. You can do that part also. You can install the Splunk on the virtual box and you can install the agent on your local machine and you can forward your local machine data to the Splunk. Or you can install the Splunk on your local machine also. You can install the forwarder also, agent also on the same machine and you can forward the log, which we're going to do here. Okay, in the same machine where I'm installing the Splunk, in the same machine, I'm going to install the forwarder also. And that data I'm going to forward to the Splunk. Okay, so you don't require multiple VM or multiple OS. You can do with the only single OS also. So Atul, yeah, definitely. If you're going to join the classes, we going to do everything. Okay, we are doing an analysis, complete analysis. Okay, like already I am working in the. I am not a that instructor only. I am actually working in the organization. Okay, so we're going to learn everything related to the what going on in the organization. That part. Okay, we're going to prepare a lab. I'm going to guide you in that session. And first, we're going to discuss everything, concept also. Like in this Splunk, we have a three type of architecture. Okay, every component, we have a many components is there, like license meter, that we have a indexer, deployment server, many things is there. Okay, so we are discussing the concept, And then we are doing the analysis of phishing email also. We are doing the analysis of HTTP request. Yes, that's going to be enough for the first. Look, Atul, this is not only for you, for everyone. Tool is the one of the things which going to help you to analyze the data and everything, okay, to monitor the organization. But the important thing right now in the organization, what they're looking for, who have a good analysis skill, not only the tool, because nowadays we have a many tool is there. Okay, many tool is there. And every organization, they know that even whenever I'm also taking the interview, I know that if that person going to join the organization, they will learn the tool in the 15 days or 1 week. Okay, that is going to be enough for the any person who they're going to learn that tool. But the important part is the analysis. Okay, so mostly you have to focus on the analysis part. Tool is also important. I'm not saying it's not important, but most of the organization and interviewer looking for the person who have a good analysis skill, who have a good concept clear on the attack. Means so that we're going to learn in the that classes. What we have to look in the phishing email, what you have to look in the HTTP request, what you have to look in the DOS attack, brute force attack, what you have to look in the some DNS attack. So many things we have there. Okay, that part we are doing in this session. It's taking time. First, I thought I can install everything and directly we will move to the creation of dashboard and everything. But I think first, like I got the information, many of the students have going to join the session. So that's why I thought I will show you the how to install the Splunk also. So during the session, we're going to cover this all. Okay, what is reconnaissance, resource development, everything we're going to cover. Okay, we're going to understand this concept also, and we will going to use some of the tool also, just like Metasploit we're going to use. We're going to use the Nmap, Hydra tool we're going to use. We're going to use the bias arc also. Okay, so many of the tool we're going to cover. So Atul, in the SOC, you can like if you continue working on the SOC also, so there's a no issue. In the SOC also, you have a good future. Okay, but yes, don't you have to improve your skill so as soon as possible you can reach to the L3 level. Okay, because we have a category SOC L1, SOC L2, SOC L3. Okay, so in once you reach in the L3 level, so that time you're going to get a like minimum package you're going to get 24 lakh, 25 lakh like that. Okay, minimum, but that depend on the you how much you can get. And for the L2 you're going to get 50 to 16 lakh, 17 lakh like that. Okay, L1 we have a cap till 8 lakh or 9 lakh or 10 lakh like that. Okay, for L2 even entity data also paying for the 16 lakh, 70 lakh. Okay, and if you go for the L3, so yeah, the only part is that you have to add the AI. Okay, how you going to utilize the AI also? Okay, in the SOC, that part you have to learn, and also SOAR part is there. Okay, so that part also you have to clear your concept. So that okay, we have done. So right now we are not going to launch here from here. Let me finish. So simply, if you want to launch the Splunk, you have to just type the Splunk in the search bar, but not in the organization. Okay. Why typing here? Because the Splunk have installed in the my local machine. But in the organization, there going to be a one server. On that server, Splunk going to be installed. Okay. So you're going to get a link or IP. IP. So whatever IP is this server is there, that IP, if I'm going to provide you, if you are in the same network, so that time you also able to log in on this plug. Okay. So let's log in. Okay. So this is the console of Splunk. So right now, if I'm going to show you, if you see, if simple query, if I'm going to type, star, why we are using star means blind search. Okay. So if simply I am going to search here, you see, guys, I'm not getting any data. Why? There's a no data have forwarded. Just we have installed the Splunk only, but we didn't forwarded any data till here. Okay. So what we're going to do that we're going to install the Splunk Universal Forwarder. So before that we need to configure here forwarder and receiving. Configure receiving. Then you have to click on the new receiving port. So simply we're going to take the default one, 9997. So what we are doing, we are configuring any data on Splunk IP or on this port. If any data going to come, so this Splunk going to receive that data. Okay, that part we are doing. So we have configured. Now we're going to install the universal forwarder. Same way. So here you see two options we are seeing. Okay, on premises and cloud. So many organizations using the cloud version. So that time you have to select the below one. Okay, customize the same way next. We will leave this part blank. Why? Because we are not going to use the Splunk outside of the organization. Okay, because on the same local machine we are installing the forwarder, but in the organization we are using the SSL certificate also. Okay, to securely transfer the logs from one place, one device to another. Okay, if we are not using SSL certificate, so attacker can intercept the data. Okay, so that's why the same way local. And here what we are doing, we have to give the instruction to the Splunk universal forwarder what type of logs this Splunk forwarder have to collect from this device. Okay, so we have to require application logs, we will require security logs, system, every logs we are required. Okay, so everything we require. So that's why we are selecting this one, even AD1 also. Next, so we have to give the password. So I'm going to use the same credential. You can use the different one also. Now it's asking the deployment server IP. So we where our Splunk have installed in the organization, but we have a that a different deployment server. But here, like I was told you, okay, we have a three type of architecture. So right now we are using the standalone. So standalone means all component, their deployment server, indexer, search head, everything going to be installed in this single machine. Okay, so that's why we going to use the same IP. So right now my IP is 192.168.140.130. Even I can copy. Okay, directly I can type 140.130. And here I'm going to type the default port. Now here receiving index means it asking where to forward that all data, whatever logs this is Splunk Universal Forwarder going to collect, where I have to forward. Okay, that part is the asking. So same way, because our Splunk have installed here, so we have to give the same IP. 192.168.140.130. So make sure you have to give the always correct IP, otherwise it will not going to receive the data. And the same port. Do you remember? Whenever we have configured the receiving port, so we have given the 999.7, the same port we have to give. So we are saying that on this IP, on this port, you have to forward all the collected data. Next, and then install. Okay, so we have done the installation. Just you need to click on the finish. Now you're going to see so previously we have typed the one command. If you want to check the past history of the whatever command you have typed, you see one command I have typed, so it's showing on the history. Simply you have to click on the add. You see, automatically it's going to come. Now, previously, whenever I have run this command, there was a no data. Okay, now you're going to see. You see, now I'm receiving the data. Why? Because I have installed the universal forwarder and forward the data. And if you check in the host, I'm getting a this device name. Host means the device name. Okay, which is connected on network. What is that? In the last OT4 and win. So I will let me show you. You see, guys, the same one. You see, WINOT4 and the same year. Okay, so this way in the organization also they configuring the all device and forward the data to this plug or any SIM tool. Every SIM, just like here we have installed the universal forwarder. In the Wazoo, we have installing the Wazoo agent. In the QRadar, we are installing the Win Collect. Okay, so this way we have many agent. The process is same. Any SIM tool you can use, the process is going to be same. And if you want to check the installation have proper or not, have to go on the agent management. Do you remember that deployment server IP we have given? So the role of deployment server is to manage all our agents. Okay. So in the organization, we are installing the deployment server in the other machine. But here in the same machine we have. So you're going to see the details. You see, the one forward is showing that my host name and what type of agent I have installed, universal forwarder. And what was the version that also I'm seeing status also okay. And when it was installed, that also is showing. Okay, everything is showing here. Okay, so this is the complete process. What in the organization they are doing. So right now, if I am going to, okay, so if suppose I want to look for the successful login, so I have to type the event code 4624 and I will take the less time. You see, with the use of only event code, I have received the data. And what type of data I have received? Just I have to click on this show all 71 line. You see, successful logon. Okay, so this is the role of event code or event ID. With the use of this, so in the Windows machine, whatever activity we are doing, okay, it generates a event ID. Any activity, even you are creating a folder, you are deleting the forward, everything is generate the event ID. Okay, and if you want to enable all, so just we have to go in the run. This is the command from where you have to go and you have to enable all the activity data. So you see in the Windows setting, if I'm not going to enable, many of the activity data not going to be generated. Okay, so that's why I have to enable. So you have to go security, then advanced, then again here. You see, these all are the activity. Okay, see, audit credential validation, Kerberos authentication. Here we have a logger, logout. If I'm not going to enable this, so if any user going to be log out, that data not, that logs not going to be generated. Okay, so we have to enable this all. So the simple way, double click. And if you want to understand more about this, you have to just click on the explain. It's going to explain you why we need to enable this. Okay, and the simple way, just you have to select like this. Simple. Okay, the same. So this all part admin, doing in the backend. Okay, let me open the important one. Okay, sometimes it happens, so you need to do again click. You see. So why I am selecting success and failure? So I want to generate a loss, even that activity is success or failure. In the both condition, I want that loss need to be generated. Okay, that's why. Okay, if you're going to enable this one object access, so if you're going to create a folder, if you're going to access the folder, if you're going to share the file or anything, so that data going to be generated. Okay. SAM folder, what is the use of the SAM folder? Here our password is stored. If someone going to access this folder, so that time also logs going to be generated, but you need to enable. Okay, if you want to generate for the if someone doing a policy change, so that time you have enable this all. Okay, so even someone going to do the policy change, that time also is going to be logs going to be generated. account management. If I'm going to enable this, so if any user going to be created here, so that data also going to be generated. Okay, so right now we move to the other part. Okay, now first we're going to create our dashboard. Okay, the dashboard creation is simple. You have to require the query. Simply you have to go on the dashboard. Okay, so I want to show you this add-ons. This we call a add-ons. Okay, Splunk based. So right, what is the use of this add-on? That part I'm going to show you. You see, right now you are seeing the only 5 dashboard here. Okay, so add-ons means that some application of features going to be added. Okay, just like I will show you. Oh, okay, first we complete this one, then we will come here. Okay, so like brute force attack, we have to give the title. If you want to give any description, you can type the description. So in the organization, we generally typing the description, okay? And here, shared in app and private. So what is the meaning of that? If you select the private, so it's mean it's going to be visible that dashboard only for you. Okay, if you select the shared in app, so everyone can see your dashboard, okay? And we have a two type of dashboard, classic and dashboard studio. In the classic, it's going to be a simple one. In the dashboard studio, you get a more option and graphic also good. Inside of the dashboard studio, also we have a two type, absolute and grid. So in the absolute, you're going to get a full control. How much size you want to increase, how small, how big, you can handle that one dashboard. But in the grid, you're going to get a predefined, that is square and boxes. Okay. So we will go for the absolute one. Just you have to click on the create. And now you have to go here. And right now I'm going to select this one, area. Okay. And then we have to click on the create search. You can give any name also, like I will type area. And here you have to type the query. So simple thing, you see, I'm using the index equal to main, event code equal to 4625, and the what type of chart I want. And then simply I have to click on the apply and close. So right now, you see, I'm getting a freedom. This is the benefit of selection of this dashboard. And let me create a one more. Same place I have to go. This time I will select the pie chart in the same way. Apply and close. In the same way, I will adjust this one also. So we have a two option. We can create a continuously many dashboard in the single tab, or I can add the new tab also here. Okay, this way you can add a multiple tab also. So one I'm going to create a the same way. This time I will select the table. Create search. Same way you have to type the query. Simple query is there. Okay. So in this session we will discuss this all how to make this query, everything we are learning right now. You don't have that much of time. So okay, so I have created few dashboard. Here I have added two, and here I have a one. So simply you have to click on this save. And now where I'm going to see my dashboard, you see here, brute force, which I have just created. And whenever you're going to click, I have this option. You see two dashboard here and one of here. So right now no data is there. Why? Because there is a no attack. Okay, no traffic is coming. And also we're going to create a one alert also. So we will see how alert is generated. So simply you have to come here in the search. You can type your query simply, and then you have to click on the search. Once you're going to click on the search, you're going to get an option here. You see, you can create a dashboard also. You can add this one on any already existing dashboard also, but we have to create an alert. Simply, I'm going to give the title, brute force. Same way, description if you want. It's but in the organization we are giving because many SOC analysts is there, so they have to aware of that part. And we have a permission and that you see private and shared app, the same thing. And then schedule and real time. Schedule means if you're going to check the schedule, so this alert, this query going to check every schedule time. And if there is a that condition going to be matched, so it's going to give you the alert. Okay, but we are going to check the real time. Now it asking how long you want that alert to be visible on the dashboard. So I want 24 days. So I will select 20 days here simply. I want the per result. Okay. And here it asking how you want, like how this query going to count means which part going to be common in the every logs. Okay. So it's asking what part going to be common in the every logs. Okay. So for that, I'm going to take the computer name because computer name is going to be a common. Okay. Because it requires some field name, which field it have to be matched. Okay, and the suppress means how much time it's going to select. So 60 minutes, 1 minute is enough. And now here, you see, we have this much of thing. Okay, even we can take an email also of this alert. But for that, you have to enable the SMTP, everything. You require the Exchange server like that. Simply, I'm selecting the add to, and here you have to select the severity of this alert. So I will take the high, and then simply click on the save. You see this alert I've created, and if you want to see that alert, you're going to see here on the list. Now we're going to perform the attack, okay, and we will see how it's going to work. Okay, so first we will open the dashboard, and here I'm going to select the live real time. Okay, so real time for 5 minutes I will select. So right now you see nothing is there. Now we're going to perform. So the tool which we're going to use that is Hydra. So Hydra is the tool. And on which services, okay, there's a one more thing we have to do. We have to enable the SSH. So you see directly we are not going to perform. I will show you. If I'm using the Nmap, what was the IP was 192.168. 140.130. This was the IP, okay? You see, only one port is open right now, okay, on my Windows server. So how I'm going to perform the brute force attack? Because I require the SSH port need to be open, or I require to be open any RDP port like that. Okay, so just a minute. So for that, we need to open the PowerShell with the admin side. Okay, so I am installing the, I'm opening the SSH port right now, guys. Okay. Some mistake. Okay, firewall is already disabled. Okay, let me check. If it's going to block, then we need to disable the port. If again I'm going to type, let's see. That is not started. Just in the type. Let me start. And one more time we can verify. Okay, I am right now enabling that SS report, which we want, where we're going to perform the attack. Just 2 minutes, guys. Let me check. Okay. Okay. Now our SSH is running, so it's going to be detected. Now, guys, you see, 22 port is not detected. Okay, see, with the use of Nmap, we have found that 22 port is running. Now we're going to, with the use of Hydra tool, we're going to perform the attack, and we will see that one in the on dashboard also, and we will see the alert also. Okay, alert we're going to see here. So right now, if you see, there's a no alert is there. Okay, so we're going to see after the attack. So we have to use the Hydra on which services that going to be a SSH. So we have to use the SSH. Okay, we have to type the SSH colon, and then we have to type the target IP. Target IP on which port our SSH is running on 22 port, right? Right, guys? And now I will give blindly and the path slash USR slash share slash word list slash rocky.txt. It's not okay. So I am giving the path from where this Hydra tool have to take the, that list. Okay. After that, hyphen capital P. So there the meaning we have capital P and capital L. L means the login user. P means the password. Okay. And sometimes we are using a small also. Okay. So they have a meaning. and /v. Why I am using? Because of visibility. So we can see what this hider tool is doing. You see, it started attack. Now we're going to see the dashboard. One 192, 168, 150.130. You see, guys, are you seeing the dashboard changes? So this is the benefit of dashboard. You see, suddenly I have seen abnormal thing in my dashboard. Suddenly, you see, spike have came. You see that it was going normal here, 0, 0. Now suddenly spike came. Okay, in the second one also, you see, which services is attacking SSHD. You see, .exe. Okay, if I go in this chart, this also going to become. You see, what was the failure reason? Unknown username password. Login type 8. And how much count is there? 2117 count. Okay, and now we're going to see the alert also. You see, alert also have trigger, brute force, high severity. If I want to do the analysis, just I need to click on the view result. And I want to see, you see, I'm getting a detail on which user I performed, what is the computer name, what type of services is running, how many failed attempts I've done. If I want to do more deep analysis, so just I have to click any of the options. I will click view event. Okay, see, I'm getting a detail. Just I need to click here. This much of details I'm going to come. Okay, so this is the process, and this is the use of dashboard. You see, with the use of dashboard, quickly you're going to know that someone is doing the attack on your premises. Okay, if let me stop the attack. Okay, attack have stopped. Now the traffic going to be normal. Now you see, again traffic went 0. You see from 9.8. Okay, during this time I have performed the attack. So that time there was a count is there. Okay, and some more alert going to be triggered here. Let me see. You see, 3 alert. Okay, so this way we are doing the detection on the organization also. Okay, so you see, with the use of dashboard, how quickly we have knows that someone is doing the attack on our organization. This is the benefit. Okay, you see here, 10,580. Why it's still coming? Because you know that we have configured everything in the same machine. So sometimes it delay, that going to be data going to be received. So that's why. Okay, 11,000. You see, in the few minutes, how much count is there? Because of that tool. You see, almost more than 12,000. Okay, guys. So this is the way to detect any attack, and that's the role of dashboard and alert. Okay, see alert. Okay. So guys, anything you want to ask? So like, okay guys, so like this is the one I'm going to say you this is the only 1% which I have shown you. Okay, many things we are doing in this courses. Okay, that in the classes. Okay, and this is a simple. I am going to guide you how you're going to prepare a dashboard, alerts, everything. I'm going to guide you. Okay, we will do the analysis of malware. We are doing the phishing email analysis. We are going to do the analysis of HTTP request, DNS. Many things is there. Okay, so the new batch going to be start from the 13th of April. Okay, and generally the course price is 13,000. Oh, sorry, 15,000. Okay, 15,000. But who have joined the webinar, for them, like there the offer is there. You're going to get this course, SOC classes course. That's going to be a 5,900. Okay, why we are getting this discount? Because you have attended the webinar. And who going to get? Who have from the beginning to till last, who stay in the session. Okay, because admin team going to monitor the recording session and they will check who have joined and who stay till the last. Okay, and that person going to get a discount and they're going to get a soft course in the 5,900 only. 999. Okay. So whoever is interested, just drop the message to the admin team and they will guide you. Okay, let me see. So class timing going to be a evening time. It can be from 8 p.m. or 7 p.m. We will discuss that. Okay, before starting the session, admin team going to inform you. Okay, generally from the 7 p.m. sometimes 8 p.m. So that's going to be a evening time. Okay. So Atul, you saw that time I was showing you the SSL. Okay, so we have that method. Just we need because that part we need to configure the tunnel between that look both the location, everything. Okay, so days generally it's a 1 month for the only for the classes. Okay, but sometimes like we are doing more thing, we are discussing more things, so it will sometimes more than 1 month also. Okay, generally whatever our syllabus is, we need to cover that part. Okay, that brochure you're going to get from the admin team. So once whatever topic is mentioned, once that going to be completed, so our session going to be closed. Okay, and I will help you to prepare a project also. I will share you the sub sample of the project. So you can utilize that one, okay, for the project also. And for the job assistant window, you have to discuss with the admin team. Okay, they will let you know. So delay is disadvantage, Gopal, definitely. But you see, if we are doing any single machine, so that we have to pay some things, okay, some difference we're going to see. But in the real environment, you will not going to see. Or if you have a two laptops, so do one thing, you can install the Splunk in the one of the device and make a target machine in the second laptop. Okay, that part you can do. So Priya, the tools going to be covered. That one of the IPS IDS tool, okay, and this is Splunk, and I will cover the Wazoo also. And apart from that, I will give you the overview of the QRadar. So QRadar, we are not going to install in your device because for the QRadar, we require very high configuration devices. So I will give you the overview of the QRadar. Okay, that's going to be enough for you if you go for the interview. So you're going to easily clear the interview because I'm going to explain you the QRadar, all the components and what is the architecture of that QRadar, how we are collecting the data, how dashboard is look like, everything I'm going to guide you. Okay, so I will give you the overview of the QRadar, and we're going to cover the Wazoo, Splunk, apart from the IPS IDS tool, and in the VFET tool, if we go, we will discuss about the EDR, XDR tool also. We will cover Nmap, Metasploit, Hydra tool, many of the attacking offensive tool also. Okay, that okay, whatever tool is required. Okay, sandbox also we're going to use for the malware analysis. Yeah, tool definitely that admin going to share with you. Okay, no worries, just drop the message on the group, the same group. Okay, so admin going to share with you guys. Many of the tool already mentioned in the that brochure, but if some of the maybe not mentioned, but still we're going to cover. Okay, we will discuss completely about the network also. Means we will see how data going to be travel from one place to another. Okay, just like we are doing the communication right now. Okay, so how we are doing the communication? How that we you able to listen me, and how we are doing the chat on the in the message. Everything we're going to discuss. How data is traveling. What is the role of router? What is the role of network switch? What is the topologies, everything we're going to discuss. On depth, we're going to discuss about the OSI model, everything. Because as a SOC analyst or VAPT person, any person, okay, they have to be understand about the network. If you don't know about the network, you're not able to understand, you're not able to do the analysis also, and you are not going to good in the offensive tip also. Okay, that we call a VAPT. Okay, so for you guys, I'm sharing you the number. You can connect with them. Okay, just give me a moment, guys. Just a moment, okay? I'm going to share you. Yes, Priya, we're going to use the YSR. Okay, I will explain you with the use of Viasat, and I have a notes also which I'm going to provide you. I will going to draw the diagram. I will explain you everything. Okay, whatever is going to be required to explain the concept that I'm going to use. Okay, so you see, we are not going to spend too much time on that. Okay, whatever part is required, you have to be understand as a start your career in the stock domain. So that topic I'm going to cover. Okay, because if we go more very depth on the networking part also, almost we're going to get the intermediate level. Okay, but not advanced level. Why? Because alone network is the very big topic. Okay, if I'm going to configure the router, switch, everything, it's going to take too much time. But still, I will cover that much. So that's going to be enough for you. Okay, if to start your career in this domain. So don't worry about that. Okay, guys. So that's all from the my side. I hope you have guys enjoyed the session. So see you in the classes. Okay. I hope you guys going to join and we will connect